What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today the NBA play-in tournament commences, man. I'm super excited, but of course we are focusing on some of the teams right now that didn't actually make the playoffs and are, already looking towards the offseason, or who didn't make the play-in tournament and are already looking towards the offseason. So today we have the Detroit Pistons on our plate, the second worst team in the NBA as far as standings are concerned, which is why they're gonna have the second pick in this draft, because if there was no lottery, they would have the second pick. So you guys absolutely enjoyed the Rockets one, so today we're doing the Pistons one. If you guys enjoyed this one, definitely leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. The goal in mind is to rebuild the Detroit Pistons as realistically as possible and see what we can make out of this team in the offseason. So hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead, jump right into it, and see what we can make of the Detroit Pistons. So a few things to go over, obviously. Detroit, like I said, I kind of based the draft order based off NBA records. So like, if you had the worst pick, you got the number one, or if you had the worst record, you got the number one pick. Just pretend there's no draft lottery until we actually get a draft lottery. Once we actually get the draft lottery to happen, then we'll fix the draft order if we're continuing, if we're still doing this series, which I think we will be. I don't remember when the draft lottery exactly is, but that doesn't matter right now. So like I said, we have the second pick in the draft because we were the second worst in the NBA, and that's how we're gonna do things. So just like that, we're happy with that. As far as everything else is concerned, the Detroit Pistons draft pick situation is a little weird. It's something to do with Houston. So we do it the Pistons own 1 through 16 this year, and then like if it goes anywhere else, then it's going to Houston. But obviously Detroit's pick is not going to be out of the top 16. So I think what that means is our 2022 pick will automatically go to the Rockets, which in this situation on 2K, we don't have our 2022 pick. So got to keep that in mind. I believe that's how that works. And I believe it's from the Trevor Ariza trade, which is a little weird. I don't know if it's from the Trevor Ariza trade. I'm not sure. But staff signing, they just extended Dwayne Casey. So I'm not going to go ahead and fire him, because if we're trying to be realistic here, we're not going to fire him. One thing I do like to do is our trainer, there's not that many good trainers out here. So I guess Randy Martin is going to give us like 2 training camps. That might be a little bit better than what we get now. So happy about that, but I will keep the coaching staff the same. They extended Dwayne Casey, so I'm not going to fire him. But with the second pick in the draft, honestly, we just kind of sit here and see who falls to us. So looking at the Pistons roster right now, you got Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Hamidou Diallo, Killian Hayes, Wayne Ellington, Dennis Smith, Josh Jackson, Jahlil Okafor, Corey Joseph, Sukan Naboya, Ronnie Magruder. Honestly, this team is it's got a lot of young talent. Jeremy Grant is interesting. I don't know what the plan is with him. I assume they're going to eventually trade him. I don't know if it'll be this offseason or at the trade deadline or next offseason, but I assume Jeremy Grant will eventually be traded. And I would like to think they would do it this offseason, just because his value would probably be its best right now. You don't know how he's going to perform next year, but knowing Detroit, you just never know what they're going to do. So let's go ahead, though, on draft night and jump in at number 2 and see what we can grab. So that, with the number 1 pick, the Houston Rockets are selecting Jalen Green. Okay, so Jalen Green goes number 1 to the Houston Rockets, just like that. The Rockets have themselves another draft pick. I just drafted Cade Cunningham in the last video, and honestly, man, I'm not feeling like I should draft Cade Cunningham again. He did fall here, but I just feel like it's just, it's going to get saturated too much if Cade Cunningham keeps falling to me and I keep taking him, right? So I don't know if I should take him here. I feel like, I honestly, Detroit should. If Cade Cunningham fell to them at number 2, they should take him. But for entertainment and 2K purposes, I don't want to take him here and, have every video just be me drafting Cade Cunningham, if that makes sense. But if I were like not, trying to entertain you guys and not try to do the same thing over and over again, absolutely Detroit should take Cade Cunningham here. But just to mix things up, I'm going to take Jalen Suggs instead, I guess. I don't know, man. I just don't want to bore you guys with the same draft pick every video. So, because Cade Cunningham falls quite a lot. It's kind of weird, but he will. So I'm going to go ahead and draft, a few more young players here. So, yeah, I hope you guys are okay with that, me kind of switching it up a little bit. Cade Cunningham went number 5 to Cleveland anyway. So, yeah, like I said, he falls, man. It's just the way it is. So I don't want to keep drafting him every video, and then it just gets boring to watch. So we got Jalen Suggs instead to switch things up. So I hope you guys are okay with that. 70 in on that, and just like that, we have Jalen Suggs, Kofi Cockburn, Jared Butler, Aaron Wiggins. I'll honestly draft all these guys. I'll sign all of them just because we have room for young players. I'm absolutely fine with having young people here. So Tyler Cook, I am going to decline Corey Joseph and Ron Magruder. Corey Joseph was pretty good for Detroit, but paying a 30-year-old $12 million, that's not going to be any part of your team for the future. Doesn't make a ton of sense unless if you really valued his veteran leadership, which is a thing, but I'm just not going to do it. Qualifying offers: Dennis Smith Jr., Hamdi Diallo. So those are guys I'm all interested in having back, all three of these guys. And then free agency, as far as free agency is concerned, Dennis Smith Jr. is asking for a bag. I don't imagine he'll get something like that in real life. But regardless, I think one thing I do want to do is I really do want to trade guys like Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee. I just kind of want to give the keys to the young guys as it is, man, because we have a lot of young guys in this roster. I could keep Jeremy Grant, but like I said, his value will be its best right now, bro. It just is, and I feel like it makes a lot of sense for Detroit to try to trade him and take advantage of that, just because, like I said, I don't think his value will, unless if he has another good season. But you don't want to risk that. I would trade him right now, and I know some people may disagree with that, but I think it's best in your best interest to possibly try to get the best you can for him. He's 27 years old, making $20 million, which isn't, it is quite a bit of money, but it's not like a max contract or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to trade him. Of course, I want value, young players, and a first round pick out of it if I can. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So if I can find a perfect Jeremy Grant trade, Jeremy Grant will be getting traded this offseason. Trade finder was Jeremy Grant for Precious Achiuwa and a first round pick. And honestly, it's not a bad trade, but I wish I could build upon it. So if, maybe you could throw in 2025 in there, that'd be cool. 2 first round picks and a young player, I think is great value. So let's see if they'll accept this. They want Jared Butler, second round pick, and they'll give me KZ Okapala. Honestly, I'm totally okay with this. We get 2 first round picks, we trade a second round pick, and we get a young player, KZ Okapala, and Precious Achiuwa. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Miami gets Jeremy Grant, who's going to be a nice power forward for them next to Bam Adebayo, and which Miami, I think, has been looking for a power forward anyway, as it is, because I don't think they have, they had Kelly Olynyk playing there sometimes, and Myers Leonard would play there sometimes, but obviously neither one of them are on the team anymore. So yeah, I think Jeremy Grant would be a nice fit alongside Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler. So W for the Miami Heat, and we got a young player and a couple picks. So yeah, happy with that. And like I said, I'm happy to move on and kind of see what we can do with the future of this team. So yeah, I'm absolutely ecstatic about it, and I'm not complaining whatsoever. So free agency, like I said, actually I kind of want to attempt to trade Mason Plumlee here as well. What's our team look like right now? So Suggs, Killian Hayes, Josh Jackson, the 2. We got Sadiq Bey, Aaron Wiggins, Sukuna Boya, KZ Okapala, Mason Plumlee. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of centers. Joel Okafor, Kofi Cockburn. So Mason Plumlee being here, it's just taking minutes away from the young guys. We had some veteran leadership here, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to make it all young. So let's go ahead and trade, or let's move Killian Hayes to the 2. That way we have Suggs and Killian Hayes playing in the backcourt together. Josh Jackson's cool. I can move Jackson to the 3, and I think he'll go up like crazy. He used to play the power forward in real life, which is crazy to think about. In college, I think he played the 4, but I'm gonna have him play the 3 here. And then, like I said, let's trade Mason Plumlee if we can. So Plumlee, I don't care what we get for you. I will take like whatever it pops up. Like Kobe White, obviously, I'm not gonna do anything like that. Capella, it's a little too crazy. If there's not really a good trade offer, like everything just seems too out of. Like Indiana Pacers want to give me a first round pick, but I don't know if that's really worth it. The Raptors do need a big man, but I don't know if Plumlee would solve all their problems. At this point, I might just end up keeping Mason. I don't like any of these trades as far as realism is concerned, so I'll just keep Mason Plumlee around. So free agency, I'm gonna go ahead and sign a backcourt player. As far as Sukuna Boya is concerned, we can kind of roll with him at the power forward, see how it goes, and see if he can become something there. But we could sign like a John Collins, Laurie Marketing, but I'm not going to get aggressive in free agency just yet. I would like Dennis Smith Jr. back, but not at the price he's asking for, because I wouldn't mind him as a backup point guard, and Hamdi Diallo, I do want him back as well. So hopefully both those guys just come back on their qualifying offer, and I'll kind of wait on that, see if these guys are just going to come back on their qualifying offer or not. Unless if Hamdi Diallo is not asking for that much money, which he probably isn't. That's good for 13 million. He's still restricted though, so I'm going to try not to pay him that much money and kind of just wait on it. So Hamdi Diallo and Wayne Ellington, if you guys are not Wayne Ellington, if you want to come back, he's getting an $8 million contract. I'm totally fine with matching that. Stephen Lee and Dennis Smith Jr. are both back. So absolute W's across the board, and this is what our new Detroit Pistons roster is about to look like. So a lot of young players. Stephen Lee's already going down in overall, which literally makes no sense. He's 22 years old, so definitely something I'm about to fix, because that's just not something that should happen. And then other than that, man, I think it's just a matter of seeing what we're going to put in the rotation, because I don't really know what this team is about to look like. I don't think we're going to be very good, obviously. With Jalen Suggs and Killian Hayes in the backcourt, it could be interesting to see what happens. But training camps, we have 2 to use, so definitely want to use these 2 the right potential. I'm going to throw this one at Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes becomes a beast in this game, believe it or not. And then Precious Achiuwa does as well. So we're kind of in good shape right now. So looking at the rotation for this next season, yeah, power rankings number 28, so we're not projected to be very good, obviously. Sadiq Bey, Killian Hayes, Sika Namboya, Precious Achua, Isaiah Stewart, Josh Jackson, Mason Plumlee, and Hamdou Diallo. So I think I will move should I move Hamdou Diallo back to the 2? Yeah, he doesn't go down. So Hamdou Diallo back to the 2 guard, and then we'll have Josh Jackson play the 3. Plumlee will play the backup. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just throw Plumlee out of the rotation completely and kind of just roll with the young guys like this. I think that, you know, Plumlee on the bench as a veteran will be nice as well. So, yeah, I like that. This is the rotation. This is how it's going to be. Suggs, Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Sekou Namboya, Precious Achua, Isaiah Stewart, Josh Jackson, Dennis Smith Jr., Hamdou Diallo. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited to see what this young team is about to do together. Obviously, we're not going to be very good, but it's at least going to be fun and entertaining to kind of see what kind of record this team can put together. So at the end of the year, we at least won 30 games, which is, you know, not bad, but MVP goes LeBron James, and we were still one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference, which we were actually the worst team. So Jalen Suggs, Rookie of the Year, though, which is nice. So 42% shot pretty efficiently from the field. So it is cool to see our rookie is kind of progressing, or is going to be pretty good for us. 6 Man of the Year, Victor Oladipo, Eyes Defensive Player, Clax Most Improved, and Coach of the Year, Steve Nash, and Executive of the Year, Cody Toole. Okay. So 30 and 52 record player stats. We had 19 from Suggs and 19 for Precious Achua. So absolutely kind of broke out here in Detroit, which is awesome. We just traded for him, so it's nice to see. He might end up going off. Isaiah Stewart, Sadiq Bey, Josh Jackson, Sekou Namboya, Desmond Jr., Hamdou Diallo, and Mason Plumlee even chipped in some minutes here and there. But assuming the playoffs and kind of see how things go here, we got Brooklyn and New York, and we got Atlanta and New York, which are going to face in real life. And LeBron James wins the championship with the Lakers as they sweep the Knicks. So, all right, let's go to the draft lottery and kind of see how things are going to go. So for the lottery, we are not going to have our pick, which is very unfortunate. It's going to go to the Rockets. So we're going to be sitting here and actually, wait. So maybe it's a pick swap? I'm confused. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm confused on how the pick goes. Okay, so yeah, the picks, okay, so we have that 14th pick though from the Jeremy Grant trade, which is nice. But yeah, the Rockets have our pick. Okay. And then I think that's it. All right. Well, okay, so we don't have our pick, which I figured that was going to be the case. So the Rockets have our pick, which is the 5th pick in the draft. Very, very unfortunate. Dwayne Casey's still our head coach, and you know what? I'm going to write it out with him. They extended him for a reason, so I'm not going to fire him. Let's go to the NBA draft now. And we do have that 14 pick, which is awesome because we weren't going to have a pick at all, which is very unfortunate. We don't have our top 5 pick, but it is what it is. So let's go see what we can grab at number 14. Looking for a power forward, really, because, you know, I like Sekou Namboya and all, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to lock it down. Hasten Ward, Jabari Smith Jr. I take Jabari Smith Jr. a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and take Hassan Ward, or however you say his name, Hasten Ward. And he is a 75 overall coming in, so whatever. So let's sign all these guys, and they're all welcomed back to the team. Qualifying offers: Hamdou Diallo, KZ Okpala, Saban Lee. Wouldn't mind all these guys back. And free agency, Josh Jackson's a free agent, which is somebody I am interested in. Hamdou Diallo, Dennis Smith Jr., KZ Okpala. Okay, so as far as you know, the team's concerned, Suggs, Hayes in the backcourt, still awesome. Sadiq Bey, Aaron Wiggins is nice. Sekou Namboya, Hassan Ward, and then we got Achua, Isaiah Stewart, Kofi Cockburn, Mason Plumlee. So there's a lot going on here at the center spot. We have a lot of young players we could kind of honestly give minutes to. So that's a good problem to have. You know, eventually maybe we can kind of free up that log jam and trade somebody. Marvin Bagley could be a team, you know, could be like a guy the Pistons, you know, offer him money to. The only problem is, I don't know if Marvin Bagley would ever get this kind of money. Like 23 million is kind of a lot for what he's been through in his career so far. But regardless, like I said, I think Detroit could be a team that takes a flyer on him. The Kings were offering Marvin Bagley for Sadiq Bey, but the Pistons declined, which makes sense because why would they trade Sadiq Bey? He's actually pretty good for them. So honestly, I'll give Marvin Bagley a 2-year team option kind of deal, and I will give him a chance, you know, kind of show what he can do. And if he, you know, proves, you know, well, I'm gonna give him like 25 million though. I think 25 million is kind of fair. So we're literally giving him money based off potential, but I also want to give myself some leeway where we don't have to absolutely be locked up into his contract. So just like that, the Kings let him go for obvious reasons, and we get Marvin Bagley. We take a flyer on him. So that's honestly the way Pistons get free agents. So we're not too locked into money, and we take a chance on a young player like Marvin Bagley. So not even complaining about that. I don't know if he'd get this much money in real life, to be honest with you, but Detroit should be a team No, that's giving flyers to, you know, young guys who haven't had the best start to their career. So other than that, Josh Jackson, I do want to give him like a I give him like a 3-year deal to come, you know, be our guy off the bench for us. So Josh Jackson, I like him, you know, as a scorer. And then Dennis Smith Jr., Hamdi Diallo. Hamdi Diallo was asking for way too much money, but I wouldn't mind him back. So if we have to give minutes to a different position, that's fine. If Dennis Smith Jr., Saben Lee wants to come back, that would be awesome as well, because I wouldn't mind all these guys back, to be honest. So let's see how restricted free agency treats us. Saben Lee is back, Hamdi Diallo is back, Okapalo is back. And okay, so cool. And then I guess we lost Dennis Smith Jr., which is fine. Suggs, Achua, Killian Hayes are all progressing very well. We signed Marvin Bagley, and again, Mason Plumlee is going down in overall, which is no surprise. Saben Lee goes up to overall this time, which is interesting because, you know, last season it went down to overall. So other than that, man, I'm ready to just simulate season number 2, see how well this team progresses. We still may suck, which is fine, but at least we're kind of growing and seeing how things are going to go in the future. As far as untapped potentials are concerned, I think we throw this one at Marvin Bagley, man. We just signed him and gave him a chance, so hopefully he pays it off, and then we'll get this other one to Killian Hayes again, because I do want to see him become a beast for us. So power ranking is number 16 this time, so that's a little bit better than last year. We have Suggs, Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, Precious, Isaiah Stewart, Hamdi Diallo, Josh Jackson, Sukin Mboya, and then everyone else is kind of out of the rotation, but hey, it's fine. Proficiency wise, 4 starts, 7 seconds. I'm definitely interested and curious to see how this is going to go. Hopefully the Marvin Bagley acquisition pays off, and, you know, maybe we're a playoff team by the end of this year. You never know. So what a quick turnaround for this team, as obviously this Pistons team was always making the playoffs as like the 8th seed, but now, you know, 2 years later after trading Drummond and Griffin and Derrick Rose, we're literally the 3rd seed in the East. So honestly, what a turnaround, and probably ain't gonna happen like that in real life, but hey, it's 2K. We all know how things go in this game. So MVP Trae Young, Chet Holmgren, Rookie of the Year for the Trailblazers, wow. Dinwiddie, 6th Man of the Year, Giannis Defensive Player, Killian Hayes, Most Improved Player, so that's actually awesome to see. Steve Nash, Coach of the Year, and Justin Taylor, Executive of the Year. So we went 49-33, which is, like I said, a lot of fun. That the fact that this team is already, you know, kind of making the playoffs and stuff. Cleveland also has a really nice gym, and Cade Cunningham, obviously. They didn't make the playoffs, though, which is funny. But we are the 3rd seed in the East regardless, and we're playing the Toronto Raptors in the 1st round. So 25 points per game from Jalen Suggs. So we got an absolute gem in the draft. Chua with 19, 18 from Killian Hayes, 13 from Marvin Bagley. So, you know, as long as he stayed healthy, and if he chipped in 13 points per game, I think that's well worth it, and that's awesome that he was able to do that. And Isaiah Stewart, 13 points. Sadiq Bey, 11, and Hamdi Diallo, 8. Josh Jackson with 7. Sukin Mboya with 5. So, like I said, we are playing Toronto in the 1st round. Dwayne Casey's former team. Usually Dwayne Casey's gotten the best of Toronto, but never know, man. Things could change here. So let's go ahead and see if we can beat the Toronto Raptors here in a 7-game series. Similar to current round, and we are beating them at 7. So we're up 3-0 at one point, and then, you know, Toronto forced game 7, so that was a little scary. But we did beat them, and now we get to play the Atlanta Hawks. So I have Trae Young, Bogey, Reddish, Collins, Clint Capella, TJ Warren, DeAndre Hunter. So yeah, they have a pretty good team, and honestly, I would be shocked if we beat this team, but hey, you never know. So in game 1, though, we're down 1-0, start things off, 36. 37 from Precious. Wow, he went off, bro. We do even it up, though, okay. 19, and then we had 27, so Precious Achua is just a beast in 2K, I guess, man. I don't know if he's just waiting to unlock this in real life, because obviously he's playing behind Bam Adebayo. It is a 2-2 series. We're up 3-2, and do we beat them here? Nope, game 7. So game 7 already in the 2nd round. Here we are, man, in Atlanta. This is going to be a close one. This is going to be one for the ages. We do start off pretty damn good. 40 points in the 1st quarter, and yeah, we're going to beat them 117-102, and we're already in the Eastern Conference Finals, which is crazy to think about. And now we get to play either Charlotte or Philly. I don't know which one I'd rather play, because 8th seeds scare me, as you guys all know, and we're playing the 4th seed. So we are going to have home court advantage over each, Philadelphia. So Simmons, Cam Thomas, Matisse, Harris, Embiid, Maxey, Favors, Shake Milton, Zach Collins. All right, here we go. Game 1. We're up. We're down 1-0. Jalen Suggs 25-17, but it wasn't good enough. We lose by 9 points in game 1. Game 2, we do even it up, though. 42 from Jalen Suggs and 21 assists. Okay, so this guy is just that crazy good that he averages 16 assists in the playoffs. Yeah, let's be real, man. Like, 2K is just crazy, man. I don't know about all that. Or whoever made the draft class is kind of insane. Game 3, we do win 2-1. Okay, so 27-13. Once again, Jalen Suggs is just a Jason Kidd, I guess, in this era. I don't know. 2-2. 2-2 series. 29-9-11. Do we go up 3-2 here, or do we go down? Let's see. We're up 3-2. Beat them in 6. Yes, we're in the NBA Finals already, man. Wow. Okay. And now we get to play the Los Angeles Lakers, who have Russell Westbrook, man. Russell Westbrook's always signing with his Lakers team, man. Just how it always goes down. He always signs for like $5 million, which is something I've never even seen in this game. But yeah, they have a really good team. So this is going to be a tough pill to swallow to try to beat this team. Game 1, we're up 1-0, surprisingly. Okay, 38-14 for LeBron was not good enough because Killian Hayes dropped 34 and 12, and Jalen Suggs 29 with him. Okay. Let's see what happens in game 2. We do lose game 2. We got absolutely blown out, actually. Suggs 41 and 14, but it wasn't good enough to win game 2. Game 3, we're up 2-1. Okay, 34 and 19, man. Like, what is this? Suggs is just a beast. Game 4, we're up 3-1, and no way we beat the champion. We already won a championship. I was not expecting that with Detroit. You know how long it took me to even get to the playoffs with the Rockets last video, and I already won a championship. And what is this? Season number 2 or 3 with the Pistons? Wow, man. Suggs just, you know, launches your team, I guess. 31 and 12 in the playoffs. The man absolutely went bananas. That's actually crazy. 90 overall. Jalen Suggs. We beat the Lakers in 5, and we are champions. So this was the final team we put together. Suggs, Killian Hayes, Precious Achiuwa, Marvin Bagley, Sadiq Bey, Isaiah Stewart, Sekou Ndoye, Hamidou Diallo, Kofi Cockburn, Josh Jackson. Somewhere Crispy Flakes is smiling right now, very big, because Detroit has won a championship. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. Tomorrow, I think we have, I believe it's it might be Minnesota. No, it's not Minnesota. I think it's Orlando. But I'm not too sure. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like if you did. Or we might do the team that gets eliminated from the Grizzlies or Spurs. We might do that. I'm not sure. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.